I'm here with our operations manager, Tony. Tony, bathroom remodeling is one of the most common projects people do when they remodel their home. An obvious question is, how much does bathroom remodel cost, right? Should I save money? Should I go get a loan from the bank? And we know there's different contractors out there. There's different remodeling systems for bathrooms. There's systems like they will come in and literally remodel your bathroom in one day, right? They will come and install different type of paneling systems over existing fixtures, shower, tub. This is not our approach. A lot of times remove the walls, see what the insulation is like. Is there any type of water damage behind the tile, right? Because we know that tile is not waterproof. There is seepage that happens between the tile joints. And so when we approach remodeling of the bathroom, we really want to do it the right way from the first time. So when people come and they find our company and they wonder, how much would it cost for me to remodel my bathroom with Castleman Construction Group? Can you give us an idea?
Zach, that's a great question, and that's definitely something that when we get calls, that's one of the most frequently asked questions, and for a good reason, because people want to know what they need to invest in their home in order to update their bathroom or completely change it based on their needs. And so that's where we start. We actually start asking questions such as, well, what exactly are you looking to do in your bathroom? Because that will determine what you're going to pay for your bathroom. You could, when you're looking at remodeling your bathroom, you could either update your bathroom, which is giving it a basic facelift, things such as replacing the toilet, replacing your vanity, replacing the lights, maybe some tile, maybe the flooring. When you're talking about a facelift, that's a budget-friendly project that you're going to be doing. And you're probably, to generalize it, you're probably going to be paying anywhere between $15,000 and $20,000.
Okay, so just to understand correctly, so a bathroom where we just come in, we change the tile, we're not rearranging things, right? We're working within existing footprint of the bathroom.
Correct.
Put new vanity in, painting, fixtures, medicine cabinet or mirror, and with like stock item type of selections. That type of bathroom, based on the hundreds of bathrooms we have done to date, you're saying it's approximately between $15,000 to $20,000.
Exactly, and you want to take into account the size of your bathroom as well. Mm-hmm. If you have something like we have here, which is a very large vanity, this is more of a custom approach.
Okay, so it would cost more.
It would cost definitely more because we're going more of a custom route. Materials are more expensive. You're also going to be looking at what you mentioned, which is the type of materials you're going to be putting in. If you're going to be buying very expensive marble tile at $20 a square foot, that obviously is going to increase your cost versus something that you might get for $5 a square foot that might still look nice,
wow,
but it's not going to be that expensive luxury look.
So that just one selection of tile can be a difference of $10 to $15 per square foot. Exactly. Multiply this by 100 square feet in a typical bathroom. So just right there, that one selection can be a difference of $1,000 and up.
Now that would be the range for a budget-friendly bathroom. If now we're looking at a bathroom that we would call maybe a mid-size, mid-range bathroom, that would include basically a complete gut. We may need to completely rewire the electrical system. We pull permits, so we make sure that we stick to the regulations that the city has and the codes. And
it's the right thing to do.
Exactly. And so we would have to rewire the bathroom. Oftentimes we may need, based on if you're looking at getting a better layout for your bathroom, maybe you don't like your current layout, you'd like to move the shower somewhere, move the vanity somewhere else. Those are things we can do, but this significantly increases the cost.
Okay.
This would automatically put you into the mid-range bathroom pricing. And oftentimes we do that because the existing layout just does not practically work for our clients, and they're looking for a more practically functional bathroom, and they just have to do that. So if we're talking in those terms where we have to move supply lines around, drains around, electrical upgrades, yep. We're looking at a complete gut, so now we have to redo some of the insulation work, put in the new drywall. You're looking at a bathroom that's going to be between $23,000 to $30,000.
Okay, so $23,000 to $30,000. Basically, it's a complete gut. Sometimes it involves maybe reframing. Maybe you're gonna add additional space by going into adjacent room or a closet. Maybe you want to add a linen closet inside of the bathroom. So those type of things, once it's a complete gut, it allows you to have these type of options.
And the final tier of bathroom renovations, we're talking about a fully custom bathroom.
Like the bathroom
similar.
we're standing
Exactly,
right
to
now,
where
right?
we're standing here. And that's because we start to see a lot of more expensive materials, as well as a lot of details that you may not notice right away, but they really make the bathroom pop, so to speak.
Such as what?
Such as what you see here, which is an arc. You may see things like marble tile, which is what we see on the floor, which requires extra sealer.
Yep.
You may see custom glass shower enclosures.
Yep.
You may not see but feel electric floor heating underneath the tile.
So nice in the
which
morning,
is
man.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
You'll see things like custom vanities, which is what we have here. Custom size, these vanities were built to size, as well as the countertop was fabricated to fit the space.
Okay.
So it wasn't just store-bought, obviously. We had to fit it into the space and build it custom. So when you see things like this, and then you see the tile backsplash, which is beautiful. It just goes all the way up to the wall, up to the ceiling.
Also looks marble. So how much would a bathroom like this, like a fully custom bathroom, custom selections, Tony, how much should people expect to pay for a bathroom?
We're definitely going to start right around $35,000.
Okay.
And it might go up as far as $50,000. It all depends on the size of the bathroom, how much plumbing work there is by moving everything around, what we may discover behind the scenes, and what type of materials you're going to be choosing.
Tony, so we know every house is different. There's a lot of unexpected things that could happen during remodeling. So what are some of these hidden costs that customers should expect while they're going through their bathroom remodeling project in this case?
That's a great question. There are costs that oftentimes homeowners forget that they need to think about and they need to budget for. One of the most important things are things like permits. Permits, obviously, you have to pay for those. They may cost you as much as $3,000
Wow.
if you're going to be pulling permits.
Why so expensive?
The reason for that cost is because we're pulling not just one permit, we're pulling a few permits. We're pulling permits for general building, for electrical, for plumbing, maybe even HVAC. It just depends what your bathroom needs. But the reason, and the good reason to pull permits, is because you want to get the work inspected.
Okay,
The work is very responsible type of work, and you want the city to stop by and to take a look at how was the electrical run. Was it run properly? Was it run to existing code or not? You want to protect yourself, and you want to protect yourself by qualified people who can take a look at this work and make sure that your contractor is doing the right work.
Okay, so it sounds like reliable contractors. They pull permits because you want the work to be inspected, and it protects the homeowners. And what's amazing, Tony, you just mentioned this is a small room, and you mentioned almost 4 different type of permits types in a room of this size. That makes sense.
Yeah, some of the other things to consider are hidden costs that we don't see when we're doing an estimate, but they are things that are behind the walls that we uncover once the demolition is complete.
Like what?
So for example, when we pull off the ceiling, we might notice that your existing exhaust fan, if you have one, it might not be vented to the outside. It might just be venting into your attic, and it's causing mold and it's causing a lot of issues for your health and your home. And so when we discover that, we'll bring it up and we'll let you know that this was unexpected. We obviously couldn't tell, but now we would recommend to vent it to the outside to make sure that everything is properly installed. Some other things might be that when we remove the walls, your electrical might not be up to code, and it might be a fire hazard. We might find things such as mold if you've ever had water seep behind the tile or behind the wall somewhere, behind the floor, and it's causing mold issues within your home. So we'll bring that up to you.
And it's a hidden cost because what you're saying is during the estimation process, we can't look behind the wall and we can't see what's happening behind there.
Exactly. And so it's always good to have at least a 10 to 15% contingency on top of whatever estimates that you receive to make sure that you're not caught off guard and surprised, because things usually always come up whenever you're dealing with any type of construction. We don't know who built the home. We don't know whether it was built well, whether everything was waterproofed correctly. And unfortunately, these things come up as we're demoing the spaces.
Just a question I'm wondering. Have we done a bathroom remodeling that there were no hidden costs, that basically the estimate we gave up front is what people paid?
We have, but they are rare,
Okay.
a few in between. And it's not only the fact that we might uncover something that was unexpected. A lot of times once you demo everything out and then the customers they're seeing the space and how we're putting it back together, they might say, hey, you know what, I think I'm going to change my mind about this, or I want to add that, and I think, you know, this is going to look better with this. And so they might make some changes through the process that also introduces some changes and sometimes more cost, because it might be something more expensive, something additional that we have to do. And so sometimes the contingency is not just based on unforeseen things, but things that customers are looking to add on once the process has started.
And because I know our process, we don't do any work for people that's extra without their approval, correct?
Exactly.
Yeah.
As soon as anything extra is being brought up to us, or we find something that we know is not included in our scope of work because it was unforeseen, we bring it up to the homeowner, we let them know, here's what we're dealing with, we'll provide them a cost, and we'll always get their signature and approval before we proceed with any work.